So yeah, that's how I approached the when it was my turn, because I went last, because I'm scared. I'm scared of how grand my reason was, because I really have to think of a reason. I have to convince myself to stay on earth. I have to. That's why I have thought this through. I have thought that my reasons through, because I have to always come up with a reason just to stay. And sometimes I forget the fact that not all people convince themselves just to be alive. Like it's sometimes, like my friends, I don't think they really convince themselves to be alive. I'm not sure. Do you convince yourself to stay? Because I do. That's why I found these reasons. The perspective of me, if I go, if I leave, the chance, because I'm already here in Europe. I got out, and I sort of feel some kind of responsibility for the people that I left behind, because yeah, I don't know. My friends also asked me why this, why, and I'm like, I also don't know why I feel this. It's like, this is the same analogy that I will give to you. This is the same that I gave to them. It's like, why do you ask the fish if why do they swim? Why do they swim? Why do the fish swim? They don't know. Their body, their muscles just does it. They were, and that's the same with me for my reasons. I don't know why I feel this, or why I don't know. I just know that it makes sense to me to remain alive because of these reasons. And yeah, I feel like if I decide to die, it's gonna be very selfish of me, because like I said in the first one, the chance that I got to sort of contribute to some of the solutions to some of the problems will die with me, the chance. And yeah, and the second one, the farmers in the Philippines. Because they are the ones, they have really hard lives. They in the situation, the rice situation there in the Philippines, quite frankly, I don't understand why they are the poor ones, because they should be the ones swimming in money, because they are creating food. They are the ones, they have the skills, they have the patience, they have that urge to actually do it, to get their hands dirty, to really move, to create rice in food and some other vegetables. And they are the ones, as if they are being punished for their choice to remain as a farmer. Now that I put that in words, could I put that in words? They are the ones who are barely feeding their families. And I got a closer look at this situation because my aunt, my other aunt from my mother's side, my mother's sister, her husband, my uncle, has a piece of land, and in this land they plant rice. And imagine this, 1 kilo of rice in the Philippines, it's now around 50 pesos or up, or more or less along the lines of that. And then what I don't understand here in this equation, maybe I do, but still in the bigger picture I don't understand. The rice is being bought to the farmer 15 pesos per kilo. 15 pesos. Imagine that. If 1 kilo of, we call it palay because it's rice when it doesn't have the skin anymore, but it's palay when it still has skin. And these people, I'm not sure who is buying this, maybe the businessman, I'm not sure. Apparently the pricing is, when I was last there in the Philippines, the palay costs 15 pesos per kilo. And then they are gonna sell it for what? 50, 60 pesos. Where does the 35, 45? Where does the other 45 pesos go? Where does the other 35 pesos go? Like, I'm sure there are expenses, other expenses like transportation or repacking of this or something. But then in the end, the farmer cannot even buy the rice he himself can have planted and cared for. Like, how weird is that? How strange is that? Yeah, that's why my uncle, sometimes they just don't sell the palay. They just turn it into rice, and then they will, that's how they will eat. And sometimes they also give it away for free to my relatives. See the self-sacrificing side of the Filipino culture. You barely have enough and you still will give some to your relatives. Yeah, that's kindness. The kindness of these people. And then the government is not looking after them. Maybe the government is busy with other things, so they need extra hands who's gonna help the farmers. And maybe again, maybe there is some billionaire out there who's just like, what can I do with my extra money? So now again, to the billionaire who might get this in their algorithm, the Filipino farmers needs some help. They could use some of your extra money. They could use some extra money. Yeah. And that's also this is also part of the reason why I chose to make these videos public, because like they said, you'll never know who's watching, and maybe it lands on the algorithm of someone, yeah, who's interested to participate, or has some kind of influence, greater influence over some groups or some people who want to do something nice for the future, because the farmers are the future. They are needed for the future, but then what's gonna happen if they die because of hunger? What's gonna happen if nobody's interested to be a farmer anymore because they can barely feed themselves? What's gonna happen then? And I'm not sure why this is not how the brain of the people in charge go. Like, what's gonna happen if, because yeah, life as a farmer is hard, and they lack funds. They could have had funds, but yeah, you know, the government in the Philippines, it's a whole lot of web to pull, and I want to discuss it, but maybe I can do it some other time. So yeah, the farmers, if I die, or if I decide to exit the stage, the chance of doing something actually with my privilege that I got from learning something here in Europe will die with me, it will die also. And I don't want that to happen. Like, I want to, but then that's very selfish of me. I feel like that's gonna be very selfish of me. Yeah, those are two, I guess, the strongest whys. And there are some other things, and also part of why I never had the confidence to put words on this before is that I'm scared of what other people will think, because they always sort of, not everyone, but most, at least the people I see online, they always find a way to turn someone's dream or someone's act of kindness. They always, like, a lot of them always find a way to turn it into something that's cancerous. Like, why do you have that perspective? Clearly this person is trying to help, and you have that. And yeah, as you know, I'm quite sensitive to a lot of things, and I'm scared that if I voice this out loud, there might be someone out there who will say, you know, that kind of face. Please put it into words, because I don't want to put it into words, because I will hear it and I will get discouraged. So yeah, but now I don't care anymore. Let them say what they want, or let them interpret how they want it, but I don't care anymore. Because there might be someone, or yeah, the billionaire who's like, What should I do with my extra money? Someone can hear. Someone interested might hear. We'll never know. And they might help. Because right now, where I'm at, I can't do it yet. I can't do it yet. I have the perspective, but I don't have the resources yet. I'm working on it. And I really hope that I can do something, at least even just a little something. I really hope that I can do. I really hope that that's possible in this lifetime. Yeah. What are your whys? What are your whys? Why did you choose to stay alive? Do you also convince yourself to stay on earth?